All right, greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. Meow. My name is Tonia, and today we are discussing the Capricorn new moon happening mid-January of 2021. Happy freaking New Year! It's happening on about the 13th of January, very early in the day, about 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as you can see here. For specifically Aries. So Aries, this is your horoscope. If you're an Aries ascendant, sun, or moon, this is what you can expect in the next month or so, basically mid-January through mid-February, because a new moon or a full moon takes one full month to be done with completing that cycle, right? So Aries, what does this hold for you? It's in your 10th house, and you've had a lot of 10th house activation over the last 3 years, but this is like a new beginning there because it's a new moon, and it's really ringing in the new year for you with almost like I see it like a culminated kind of like ending and a transformation that's finally croisening and christening, kind of like the last bit of lasagna baking on the top. But before we jump into more of these details and what specifically you can expect, Aries, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, I do put out a video every day of the week. I invite you to join us if you resonate with this content. We are a growing community of astrology students here on the interwebs, and it's free to join to just subscribe. So you can do that. You can also hit the like button if this video brings you any value whatsoever, Aries, because that helps other people gain access to this info. So look out for your fellow Aries, and if you do find by the end of this vid it brings you some value, hit that like button. You feel cool. Also, last but not least, Aries, I'm available for readings. If you want to book a session with me, reach out to me at my email listed in the description down below. Okay, so Aries, we were talking about this new beginning in your career and your legacy and like what you're doing in the long haul. So what you do also publicly, okay? That's all 10th house, and Capricorn is 10 signs from your Aries sign here. So basically, yeah, it's a new beginning there, and yeah, it's kind of like a christening and a croisening of that last kind of like death cycle that we've really gone through with that great conjunction. Remember when Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter were all conjunct in Capricorn? Aren't you glad that's not anymore? I know I am. But look, Pluto's not done. Because it's at 24 degrees, and this new moon is at 23 degrees. So that's a 1 degree orb of separation. Holy guacamole. Pluto there tells us this new beginning in Capricorn is inherently Saturnine because it's in Capricorn. So it has a flavor of Saturn, but it's conjunct another freaking malefic, Pluto. So is this new beginning peachy keen? Is this new beginning soft and easy? Well, the good news is look at the aspect being made from Pluto, the moon, and the sun themselves to Neptune. And that, I think, is a saving grace and also an indicator that, along with the fact that the dispositor of the new moon, aka the planetary ruler of the sign that the new moon is happening in, aka Saturn, is in the best sign it can be in by Vedic astrology standards, which is Aquarius. So Saturn rules Aquarius in ancient astrology, as it does Capricorn, and it's a day planet. You see, Saturn is it's on Team Day. And so, with that said, it enjoys being an Aquarius because it's a more masculine sign compared to Earth sign Capricorn. So anyway, those are two auspicious indicators right there. And a third one is that look, Venus is in the sign of Capricorn, which is again your 10th house, Aries. We're going to get specific in a second, but this is the third indicator that this is a more auspicious kind of end game. But Pluto's visits never feel particularly fun. With Pluto conjunct this new moon, you might spend the next month coming into your power. You might spend this next month feeling powerful where you felt dilapidated and defeated for the last 2.5 to 3 years, Aries. That's great. You might also come to terms with some hardcore truths in terms of your legacy and your relationship with your long-term goals. That's all very Pluto in the 10th house with this new beginning, but it will not feel like sunshine and daisies and butterflies and rainbows because This is a malefic new moon. This is a new moon that is in the sign of Saturn. So it's very serious, and it can be very somber. It can be also very advancing in nature, because Saturn, again, is the dispositor or the planetary ruler of the new moon sign, Capricorn, and it's in Aquarius, which is the sign of advancement, okay, and technological advancement, whatever that means for you. And also that dispositor of the moon itself is within a 3 degree and 4 degree orb with both Jupiter and Mercury at the time of this lunation. So that further adds to the context of like flavoring this new moon. So really we have like a really juicy little kind of like stellium in Capricorn as this happens, and another juicy stellium in Aquarius as this happens. So I count outer planets in stellium. Some people don't, but just so that why I'm saying that. But Venus is a benefic and Jupiter is the benefic. Those are the benefics, y'all, and they're involved in these conversations. What I don't like, particularly, what I want to caution you about, I don't want to get you too riled up that, like, yeah, it's going to feel great. Like I keep saying, it's not going to feel so easy with this career thing for you, Aries, because look at what's happening. Do you see this Saturn square Mars? Like Uranus is a newly, roughly so-called discovered planet, so we're not going to focus too much on that, but that has its own can of worms. A Mars-Uranus conjunction in this square. Are you kidding me? That has explosions written all over it, earthquakes, volcanoes written all over it. But that Mars and Saturn are squaring off, and those are the original malefics, y'all. Those are the OG bad guy so-called planets of the planetary palette. And so, it's going to be struggle and challenge. Mars square Saturn indicates a period of having to prove oneself through trial, through fire and ice and trial and labor and persistence and woundedness coming out despite it all is very Mars square Saturn. Mars square Saturn is resistance to get what you want, and it's a certain level of work that doesn't feel fun. It's grunt work. And this Mars is in your second house now, Aries. So this is your money and your value, second house, what you possess, second house. Could also be very, very close family involved here, but something to do with your value, your property, what you possess, okay, your possessions is coming into conflict and tension with your networks. And this can be a manifesting aspect for better just as much as it is for worse. Now, how these energies crop up in your life depend on a few things. What's your underlying karma? What actions have you already put into place in the world around you, in your life, to give these energetic conversations railroads to manifest, so to speak? Like, what paths have you already formed that the planetary energies will find themselves conducting through? You feel that's going to help you figure out how this is going to manifest, Aries. What I'm telling you, Aries, is that this is between your second house with that Mars-Uranus conjunction in that second house and your 11th house. If you're an Aries ascendant, sun, and moon out there, I highly advise you, do not make any crazy investments right now that you just don't know if they're going to pay off. Do not throw random money, like your long-term savings, at like totally crazy innovative things that a friend or a larger network acquaintance brings to you for the next month or so. I would highly advise against it. Why? Because look at all these hard aspects. Are you going to manifest with it? Sure. But is Mars even in the best dignity here? Not so much. Mars just got done being in your sign, and Mars is your ruling planet. That's why y'all are so hot. But it's in Taurus now, y'all. He went to Taurus, and guess what? Mars don't really like being there so much. So he's not going to make the best choices necessarily in relationship to spontaneous spending. Hello, Aries. This is all in your second house. Mars brings the energy, the desire, the will to do what? Spontaneously. Uranus, very key for spontaneity, okay? Spend your resources and what you've developed and what you've saved. Second house, Taurus, for you on these things. And it could end not so great. On the flip side, if it's been long-term and planned for a long time, and it's not some crazy spontaneous thing with this Uranus, stop sign up here, like stop in the name of love. That kind of energy is like calling you. I'm calling you to stop because pay attention to what is going on. If it's been in the long-term plan for a long time and it's a vetted business plan and there's good things that support a longer vision of this and it's not spontaneity taking over, they're running the show, this could be very beneficial because look, Venus, the planet of money and wealth, is in harmonious aspect. It's in trine with this Mars Uranus conjunction. So if it's for, say, an awakening purpose of some form, and you're awakening the earth, maybe you're awakening through environmentalism or something as, basic as that with a Uranus and Taurus, or you're advancing earth systems somehow, technologically speaking, for the higher good and liberation of species here on the planet. That's a Uranus and Taurus thing in harmony with Venus. And this is in the sign of business, Capricorn, which the dispositor again is in Aquarius, which is again very nice and strong. So, it could go well if it's been long-term planned, if you are investing in something, Aries, but do not expect, Aries, for it to happen swiftly, even if it does end up going well with this Pluto power player planet in harmony with Neptune in its own sign of Pisces. Really auspicious indicator for how things can end up playing out, right? Pluto is a very transformative force as well. It's like I say, the underworld king, or the leader of dark forces that transmute and heal as well. It's shamanism. So what I'm saying is you could do something very beneficially that results very beneficially right now. But what I am urging you to consider, it's probably not going to pan out if you started under this energy without a lot of struggle, without a lot of input, without a lot of drive and working your way up a mountain. Now, Mars square Saturn is great for long-term durability and making things that will inevitably last or not and fail because they didn't hold up to the quality test. They didn't hold up to caliber, if you will, or they fell due to lack of resistance. But look, Mars is in Taurus. It takes time to get going when Mars is in Taurus. It's not like when Mars is in your sign, Aries. You are Mars, like you feel like you are that fire spark and you're ruled by Mars and you're a fire sign. So you're quick, you're darty, you have like a spontaneous kind of energy about you, period. But check it out, honey bun, your freaking planet is in Taurus, fixed earth, solid ass mountain energy. Do you think Mars is going to go quickly up a mountain? No, it's going to take time to get going. But guess what? Once it does go, it's a steamroller. But again, with all this, it can be conflict energy. Mars square Saturn is not easy. What I'm saying, Aries, is that if you are thinking of doing something and it is relatively new, think of waiting a little longer, because once you initiate under Mars and Taurus, you will be forced with a Mars square Saturn and it's in Taurus to dedicate yourself for the long haul. Now, if you're an Aries out there saying this sounds like exactly the kind of energy I need to do what I've been planning for months, years, whatever, great, Aries, power to you. You got to trust your fate. You got to trust your karma. I'm just trying to urge you away from making some bad decisions that you'll regret down the road, because looking at the heavens, I already told you how I see it playing out. Okay, Aries? So I hope this video brought you value, and it did. Because I'm an Aries moon. Shit. No, but for real though, like this video if it brings you any value whatsoever, because it helps other people get this information for no expense. Also, subscribe if you resonate with this content, because I do put out a video every day of the week. Reach out to me if you're interested in a reading. That'd be fine. And with that said, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.